Hey, good morning and welcome to another video vlog in the Glen Peppersteak bikepacking series. Oh, it's bumpy. I've just started riding from Mount Victoria, caught the train earlier, and I'm now on Berghoffers Pass descending towards Hartley, and I'm on my way to Wombeyan Caves via the 6-foot track and Wombeyan Caves. Whoa. Heading up the 6-foot track to Black Range and then going around the back of Wombeyan Caves. Wombeyan Caves and Wombeyan Caves Road is closed at that point. Going to be very steep, climbing out of the Cox's River up to Wombeyan Caves Road. From there I head to Wombeyan Caves, camp at Wombeyan Caves, be the second night of camping, and then ride on to Mittagong and catch the train home. So it's approximately 225 kilometres with over 4,000 metres of elevation gain. So I don't know if that makes me ambitious or stupid. We'll see how we go. Too many flies, but aside from that, this is a great ride. Beautiful countryside, plenty of hills to keep you on your toes, and the rain has gone away. Happy days. Like a bike. Well, I'm walking and I can barely keep my feet from sliding behind me, pushing the weight of the bike. So it's only a couple of kilometres to Elm Creek Campground, but I suspect that's going to take me quite some time. Well, I'm at Elm Creek Campground. Got myself a wrap, two actually, to have. That was really hard. That bit of the 6-foot track is basically ball bearing pea gravel, 14% on the way up. From the top of the ridge back down to the campground was 17%, so I was glad I was going downhill there. It was basically over a kilometre of moving my bike 20 or 30 centimetres, putting the brakes on, repositioning, and doing that again. The last 600 kilometres at least was just like that. It was all 14% and it was hard. I don't know what the temperature is. It's supposed to be 24 today. I think it's more like 30. My Garmin's saying it's 37 in the sun, which is not fun. I've still got, I think it's 13 kilometres to Black Ridge Campground, and that's pretty much all uphill to there. About 35 kilometres to go today. I've only done 40 kilometres. Yeah, so slow going. I think that last kilometre took me about an hour. So yeah, I'm ready to bail out. Could always turn around and go back, camp by the Cox's River, but I won't be doing that. So just at the start now of a 9-kilometre climb up towards Black Range. It's going to be fun. This Elm Creek on my left. I think I might dismount to cross I don't know that I want wet socks. Another creek. Walk across again. Keep my feet dry. Well, I'm about halfway up the 9-kilometre climb. I've had to walk most of it. I hope it gets a bit easier ahead. You can see the valley that I've come out of down the bottom there. It's really hard work. I've heard it was hard. I think some people underrepresent how hard it actually is. But the climb's over. That's pretty hard still. I was able to ride all of it, but it still took like an hour to do 5 kilometres. So it was hard. It's about 3 kilometres now to the campsite. Black Ridge or Black Range, I should say. And I think I'll spend the night there. I'm going to need water. I'll just have to do a little bit extra tomorrow if I want to continue on to Wombeyan Caves. But yeah, I'm knackered. My arms and back are sore from pushing the bike. Who would have thought? Well, I've made it to Black Range campground, and I think I'm going to spend the night here. It's a bit of a shelter and water, etc., which I wouldn't have if I pushed on. And then that will leave me an extra 25 k's, so it's going to be doing like 110 or 15 k's tomorrow instead of 85. So I have to evaluate that in the morning. Other option is to head back towards Hampton and then back to Mount Victoria. I'm totally worn out from pushing the bike for several hours today. So that wasn't high on my agenda of happiness. So got the tent set up, just about to boil some water. Camper's Pantry chicken cacciatore, which I've had before, which is very nice. A glass of Pinot Noir, Elephant in the Room, and a book for happiness. Need some happiness. That was a hard day. I think it was about 7.5 hours. Garmin reckons it was 4 hours riding time, but it wasn't counting all the time I walked. So yes, that was not so great. Have been in touch with Jenny through my InReach Mini, and I might get a lift home from her from Blackheath tomorrow. So I might go via Hampton down to the Cox's River, basically retrace my steps from there. Then Jenny can give me a lift home. Happy days. Well, I've had a nice night's sleep. Just had a coffee, which is quite enjoyable. It's a lovely campground here. A few wallabies and kangaroos and some magpies for happiness. I think probably best thing to do today is actually to head back towards Blackheath. I'm not really fancying 110 kilometres of hills to get to Wombeyan Caves and then a climb out of there the next day. So, maybe do that part of the trip another time. So this way I'll just have a 2-day overnighter instead of a 3-day slogfest. My advice to anyone considering the 6-foot track by bicycle is think again. I've done the section on the other side of the Cox's River, which is a lot of carrying, hike a bike, stairs. You can't really ride a lot of it. It certainly can't ride it happily. And then this section, if you're going downhill, would be okay. But heading uphill is a nightmare. Strongly recommend not to do it again. Headed off from camp, had a hot chocolate and some porridge. Just heading towards Wombeyan Caves Road, and instead of crossing over, I'll turn right, head towards Hampton and back to civilization. I've just come through Lowther and turned off onto the Lowther Siding Road. It's about 7 kilometres down to the Cox's River, and then I'll be backtracking the way I came yesterday. Nice downhill stretch now, but I will have to climb back up after the Cox's River. Just heading up Berghoff's Pass again, 4.5 kilometre climb, relatively easy gradient, and it certainly beats the steeper Mitchell's Pass with all the cars and trucks. Happy days. So just on the rail trail from Mount Vic to Blackheath. Successful day, slow going. It's been about 50 kilometres, only averaging 13 kilometres an hour. Been some quite steep sections again today. All in all, a reasonably successful weekend if you look on the bright side of life. I've done a bit of fact finding. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click like and subscribe. Bye for now. Whew. I'll turn this off. Well, I'll start again. I reckon there was a few people on that train going, "Is that Glen Pepper Steak? Woohoo!"